Hello, friends of little old lady in a big old world, because that's me. I am a little old lady in a big old world now. These days, I'm a lot shorter than I used to be. A year ago, I was nearly 5'5", but I had a collapsed spine, many broken vertebrae, broken sacrum, broken end plates, and I am now petite. I am just barely 5 feet tall. So I am little, and I'm kind of old, and I'm a lady, and it is a big old world. But I'm very inspired this Thanksgiving season because I've been watching a lot of you folks do these really great videos on how to have, simple, less expensive, less complicated Thanksgiving meals, holiday meals. And while I don't need to do that like I used to need to do it, I still enjoy the challenge. So the other day, actually just 2 days ago, I went and did a little shopping. I have primarily four stores that are within a very short distance of my house. One is Aldi's, one is Winn-Dixie, the Dollar General, and a Save-A-Lot. Now we have a Publix nearby, which is sort of what I call the champagne of grocery stores, or the Cadillac of grocery stores is what we used to say back in the old days. Oh yeah, I'm going to age myself a lot on my streams. Don't worry about that. Just get used to it. But the other thing is Walmart. Now Walmart is actually a very inexpensive place to shop. But the reason I don't go there is because of the floor space. It's enormous. It's too hard for me. I just came back to walking this year and driving again. So I measure my time and my energy very carefully. I've got a lot of glare in this kitchen right now, and I apologize for that. There, hey, that's better. Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah, you see everything on my refrigerator too, and that's fine. So just want to just real quick. I'll be right back. I want to show you, yeah, and you can see that I've got a little bit of kyphosis, but I actually work on that. And part of my doing these streams and these lives with you is to show you that part of my rehabbing myself back to being able to walk again, back to being able to be fully functioning again, or almost fully functioning, was my kitchen. My kitchen became my spa, it became my gym, it became my healing zone. And so the very first thing that I did when I began to start to walk again, which is a year ago, November, December, was I started baking, and I hadn't baked for a very long time. And of course, there was a lot of process to baking. And I would do a lot of little things in the kitchen that I realized were kind of exercises, like including what I'm going to do for you right now. I'm going to do some calf lifts while we go into our Thanksgiving meal. So let me just do 10 calf lifts while I'm talking to you right now. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, even without hands, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 calf lifts done. And I haven't even started cooking yet. So let's go back to when I went shopping the other day. So we're going to go start with Aldi's first. Everybody knows Aldi's. And I don't know if you can see this, but I went with $25, not $10, because some of the items that I was going to use, I knew that I would be able to carry forward into other meals. So at Aldi's, and I will show this to you in just a minute, I got celery for 95 cents. Beautiful looking celery. 2 stalks, when I priced that out, would be 20 cents. Mayonnaise was on special for $2.99, and that's really pretty incredible. The other day I was at Winn-Dixie, and Winn-Dixie had Hellmann's, a normal size jar, for $9.98. And I asked the sales clerk, I said, is this for real? And she goes, it is, and I'm so sorry. She goes, but it will be a BOGO the next day. And sure enough, it was a BOGO the next day, but still $9.98. So I did pick up the mayonnaise. In fact, I got 2 jars at $2.99, and the expiration date was clean all the way through 2026, so we're fine. The other thing that I bought at Aldi's was pie crusts. Now, we like quiche, and now that, especially now that we're all healing, my husband and I cook for my husband and I, we do love it. And eggs at Aldi's were $1.95. So when I price out 3 eggs for the meal, that's approximately 47 cents for my eggs for our Thanksgiving meal that I hope to be using. They had stuffing for 79 cents. They had green beans, and they had corn for 50 cents a can. I got a Roma tomato for 20 because I'm going to need the color in this meal. Let's see, what else do we get? That's what I got at Aldi's. So that's for that. Okay. So that comes in at a very low price. Save-A-Lot is next. Now, a lot of towns don't have a Save-A-Lot. And Save-A-Lot, if Publix is the Champagne Cadillac of grocery stores, Save-A-Lot is I'm not sure what they'll be called. But I just want to say this. You can get great buys at Save-A-Lot, and I do get great buys at Save-A-Lot. And in fact, their produce was where what I found to be very, very affordable this time. They had, well, first of all, they had butter for $2.99, 4 quarters. So I think that's like 65 cents for a quarter. So I'm going to be using 2 quarters of the butter, and that's $100. That's $1.30. So there we go. You know, that's factoring in the cost. Very, very good. And they also had, what else did they have at that store? Oh, on my way out, the really kind clerk, I had a great clerk at Save-A-Lot. And I just want to say, Julie Pacheco reminded us the other day, if you guys follow Julie Pacheco, she's like got 1.5 million followers. She's a lovely young mother from Utah. She remarked when she went into Walmart the other day, how wonderfully stocked everything was. And I thought that is so great that she gave a shout out to the stockers who work all night long for us. So the checker at Save-A-Lot said, oh, by the way, do you know sweet potatoes are really, really, really on sale? And by golly, they were really on sale. So I got some sweet potatoes for 51 cents. I got 2 baked potatoes, and I know a lot of people like to use the mixes on these challenges. We just don't do the mixes. I'm doing real mashed potatoes. So I'm going to add powdered milk into my pantry staples. I will not be using whole milk out of my refrigerator, which I do have. But one of the things that I keep on stock in my home, just because you never know, is I keep powdered milk. It's kind of a lesson from my childhood in the 60s and 70s. My mom always kept powdered milk around, and we did use that a lot. So I'm going to show you a couple things that we're going to be doing with that. And I got an onion because I cannot live without onions for 21 cents. So that's from Save-A-Lot. And so we've got all those things done. And then Winn-Dixie. Hi. Winn-Dixie is my moderately priced store near my house. And I got our turkey meat for $2.75, and I asked, and they had just taken their turkey at their deli out of their roaster or however they do it. So it was very, very fresh. And I asked her to cut it into some, not too thin slices so that it'll look nice on a plate. So I got $3 worth. Now I could have gotten $3 worth of very thinly sliced processed turkey meat at Aldi's. No, I wanted turkey. I wanted it to look like turkey, smell like turkey. And I'm going to be doing something with the outer edges of it to put into some gravy that I'm making. So, and then cheese. I got 3 little slices of cheese at the deli for 64 cents to go on our macaroni and cheese. So with all of that said and done, I was able to come up. We are at under $10. But I will be using the pantry staple. So when I factor those in, probably $11 or $12, but basically $10. So we're going to be using the celery, about 50 cents of the mayo, $1 of the 2 pie crusts. There were two pie crusts for $2. And I'll be using that other one for quiche later this week for my husband and I. 79 cents in stuffing, 47 cents in eggs, because the eggs are at such a great price. We've got sweet potatoes at 51 cents, corn at 50 cents, green beans at 50 cents, the turkey about $2.75, the cheese 64 cents, and I'll be using about $1.25 or $1.30 worth of butter as well, because I love butter. And so that's what's going to happen. So on our menu today, we are going to be doing the green bean casserole, but instead of buying French fried onions, I'm going to make them myself. So in just a few minutes after I scrub up my hands, because part of my cooking is put the hair back, put some lipstick on. Oh boy, just doing it for my mama. My mama was a food critic, food editor for more than 35 years of her life. And we just lost her this past May. And this will be my first Thanksgiving, my first Christmas without my mom. So many things are coming to my memory right now. And I'm very happy to share them with you as well. So putting on the lipstick before I go in the kitchen. Yep, that's what I do. So without further ado, I think I'm going to scrub up and I'm going to start chopping the onions. So I am going to, I don't know if I can pause the stream or not. Let's see. It says share, mute, end stream, edit. I don't know what's going to happen. I think I might have to do another little video here in a few minutes, because I'm going to pause. I'm going to end this stream, this live, Don't know if anybody's come to watch. Doesn't look like anybody's come to watch, and that's fine. Anyway, see you soon.